Hi and welcome back. I'm George Pierce, and I do want to thank you for watching. This video is about turning your online venture into an ad venture. So stay tuned. And I do want you to stay to the end, however, because I am going to give you a couple of tips that's really going to make a difference as far as your success, you might say, versus your failure. It's going to help kind of turn those failures around a little bit, or hopefully quite a bit. And what I'm going to share with you are, what I'm going to talk about are some of the factors that are going to help you, not the physical factors or whatever. In other words, I'm not going to talk about thumbnails and keywords and so on, and traffic and so on. I'm going to talk more about the emotional and the mental side of succeeding online. I've been an internet marketer for over 15 years, and I was one horrible internet marketer for well over a year. A wonderful internet marketer for over a year, but I certainly had some horrible results. And I think that's kind of what's happening with most people that are on YouTube. And I think I pretty much know that's what's happening with most people that are on YouTube and most people that are on the internet. It seems like, the internet is just perfect for some people and it's not perfect for other people. That's not true. The internet is perfect for everybody, but not everybody succeeds on the internet for some obvious reasons. And in just a few short minutes here, you're going to realize those reasons are, oh my gosh, yes. You're going to realize they are obvious. So I'm going to cover some of the emotional and the mental side of YouTube, of internet marketing, of affiliate marketing, and so on, and how that's going to really help you to literally to succeed, to stick with it, to make it happen. Before we get to the video, I want to remind you that this channel is all about helping you to make money online as an affiliate marketer and to grow your YouTube channel. So if either or both of those are of interest to you, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you're going to be notified when these videos are published. So allow me to begin. I want to begin by sharing with you or stating that this video is not really meant to talk you into or out of internet marketing or growing a YouTube channel or becoming an affiliate marketer or succeeding as an affiliate. That's not the aim. But I'm going to share with you some of the things that you're going to be facing, and they may sound a little bit negative. But the reason why I'm going to share them with you is that if you know what you're in for, if you know what you're up against, it's a whole lot easier to overcome it. One of the biggest problems that I had as an internet marketer, and I still run into this problem, is that I know something's wrong, but doggone it, I don't know how to fix it. And when that happens too many times, most people forget about it. That's enough. I'm done. And so on. Well, once that happens, it's end of the story. And I don't mean to be smart, but I can go on YouTube and you can see where somebody did 5 or 10 or 50 or 100 videos and then quit. Quitting is not an option. But knowing what you're up against and knowing how to overcome it, these are the things that are going to make the difference between whether your efforts are actually going to make things happen. Part one is going to be, I'm going to be covering some of the mental and emotional ingredients that you're going to need in order for your online adventure to happen. And then part two, the second part of this video is going to include, again, those all-powerful tips. 2 simple tips that's going to change everything. So stay tuned. And let's get right to it. Part one, what exactly do you need to succeed online? I wish I could tell you exactly what you need, but I am going to cover some of the important aspects. The part that we're going to talk about, part that's really going to make or break you, is not that physical component. It's necessary, it's important, but that's not what makes it or breaks it. That's not what's going to make your YouTube channel or your affiliate marketing or your online efforts That's not what's going to make it happen. What's going to make it happen is your mental state. This is what's going to make it happen. And that includes your attitude, your commitment, your mindset, your positivity. Now, if these are right, then things are going to happen. They don't necessarily happen overnight. I wish they did, they don't. On the other hand, they do and will happen. First thing I want to share with you is about your mental state. If you have the right attitude, the right mindset, the right commitment, then you're going to stick with it and you're going to make things happen. I want to share some good news with you if you don't, or if you're not sure. I think that's what most people are. They're just not sure. This is brand new. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to show you how you can change that. You begin with, I think I can. I think I can. You've heard that before. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And then slowly but surely turn that into, I believe I can. I believe I can do this. I think I can do this. I believe I can do this. Now, the next step, the final step is I know I can do this. What happens when you know you can do it? What happens? You have to do it. You know you can do it. You're going to figure out a way to do it because you know you can do it. So we're talking about your mental state. Let's talk about that commitment aspect. When you're on the internet, it's a long time commitment. If you don't have that commitment, it's not going to happen. That's pretty simple. And again, that might sound negative, but that's pretty much the way it is. If you have the commitment, if you're willing to stick with it, it's going to happen. And if you don't have the commitment, then it's not going to happen. Now, I've taken a little vacation, which I usually do roughly between Halloween and New Year's. I'm usually goofing off because of family, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, friends, relatives. Unfortunately, I'm very busy and very blessed, and that takes priority over what I'm doing online. And I know with most people that's not the case. I have fortunately arrived, so to speak, and you haven't as far as internet marketing. I've not arrived on YouTube. I'm working on it, but I've not arrived on YouTube. I want to ask you to do me a favor. If you like this video so far, hit that like button. Give us a big thumbs up. Smash that like button. Appreciate it. And do that right now. So let's get back to the video. I'm sure you've already discovered that any online endeavor is going to take work. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. There's not a workaround on that, but there is what I call a shortcut. The best shortcut that I know of is knowledge. And the more that you know, not only about YouTube or about internet marketing or affiliate marketing and so on, but also about this aspect of success, the more likely you're going to succeed. In fact, if you don't know about this aspect of success, as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to happen. Things have to be right up between the ears. If you're aware that it's a long-term effort, if you're aware that a sustained effort is necessary, imperative, are you willing to do the work today and tomorrow and the next day and next week and next month and next year and year after year? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to make that kind of commitment? Are you prepared to make that kind of commitment? This is a question you need to ask yourself. The good news is that if you are not, you still can change that if you choose to, because being willing is an option. If you don't choose to sustain your effort and so on, then why waste your time? But if you're going to, if you've already made that first step, if you've made that first step, you've taken care of the most important part of the process, and that's that first step. If you don't get started, you can't get there. The most important part of any journey is that first step. You've already taken it, so don't throw your efforts away just because things aren't quite right up between the ears just yet. Because again, you can change that, you can fix that. Probably also know that there's going to be, and you probably already faced them, there's a lot of obstacles, there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of roadblocks, a lot of setbacks. These come with the territory. It's just part of doing business. It's just part of it. But if you're not used to that, then these are like slaps in the face at the least. And they can be very disheartening, very discouraging, very depressing. Oh, nothing's happening, and so on. And when you get in that kind of a mental state, then you're not going to be productive. You're not going to have that positive attitude. What that does is like put another bullet to help you to shoot yourself in the foot, because number one, you're having that the setbacks and the obstacles and so on, those are standard procedure. And then when you feel about them, then that really is kind of ruining everything for you, because you're not excited, you're not enthused, you're not happy about what you're doing. To give you an example, my first major online success took about 3.5 years. Started a website, and it finally exploded after about 3.5 years. Finally, after I had about 2 years of internet marketing experience under my belt. I can now do that in about 2 years. Okay, a little bit more, a little bit less. I think my last website was 22 months, I believe. So it still takes 22 months of commitment. And when you first get started, just like this YouTube channel, this is new for me. I'm getting started. Things aren't happening. They are little things, but not big things. Well, how come everybody gets all this traffic and I don't? Just hunker down and do it. Focus on the process and do it, and stick with it and learn, and things will happen. And a little bit will happen, a little more will happen, and it will eventually snowball. But it takes time. So hanging in there, that stick with it attitude, that I'm not going to quit attitude, regardless of what happens, good or bad. What's going to happen if you do stick with it? I mean, if you just plain refuse to quit and just keep on trucking, what's going to happen? You're going to have to succeed. So that's the good news. When you have commitment, dedication, when you have the right mindset, that's going to propel you to find the way. It's not going to actually create the success in a sense. It ultimately will. But what it's going to do is it's going to help you to find the way. Because I didn't know the way. I'm still learning the way on YouTube. I don't know the way. I'm finding it eventually. I'm focusing. I'm learning. And how's that happening? I'm making mistakes, and I'm running into obstacles, and I'm running into setbacks, and so on. And I don't mean that as negative. That's just part of doing business. But they're not bothering me. They're not hurting me mentally. They're not hurting me. In fact, here's one of the tips that I want to share with you. They are helping me and you. When you're faced with an obstacle, when you're faced with a setback, when things aren't going right and you have to hunker down, that is the ultimate experience as far as a teaching experience. The next time that things get difficult, maybe step back and be thankful. Here's the tips that I want to share with you. I'm going to share with you 2 tips that are going to make a serious difference. The first tip is what I call conceive and believe. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And that's a quote from Napoleon Hill. And allow me to help you to put this fact to work for you. I'm going to give you a little tip that will make a real difference, so that conceive, believe, and achieve will suddenly work. So can you conceive? If you can see yourself, if you cannot see yourself succeeding at what you're doing, whether it's online or whatever, okay, that's a problem. That doesn't mean we can't fix it. But it does mean that's a problem that we need to resolve. And again, you have the choice. You have the option of resolving that problem or not. If you don't resolve it, then chances are your success is doomed. Sorry about that. But if you do resolve it, chances are your success is pretty much in the bag. I'll show you why. If you can conceive, if you can dream, if you can actually see yourself succeeding at internet marketing, at affiliate marketing, at YouTube, at growing a YouTube channel, if you can see that happening, that's a very important first step. And here's a couple of ways that will help you with that. The first thing is that this is the belief part of it. If you believe that your opportunity will work, you have to believe actually that it will work. Whether it does work or not is important, but what's most important is whether you think it works, whether you believe it works. So if you don't believe it works, it could be the best opportunity in the world, but if you don't believe it works, it's not going to work, because our brain is trained to give us exactly what we want. We have to be very careful about what we want. The beauty is that we can choose what we want. We can let our brain know this is what we want, and our brain will respond and make it happen. So you have to believe in your endeavor. You have to believe in your venture, or your adventure. You have to believe. If you don't believe that it's going to work, then find one that will, or figure out a way to talk yourself into changing your mind, because you have to believe that. And the other thing that you have to believe in is yourself. The other thing that you have to believe in is yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then it's not going to happen either. So you have to believe that you are capable, that you are able, that you will find a way. When you believe that you will find a way, you will. And when you believe that you will not find a way, you won't. And that's based on Henry Ford, because pretty much if you believe you can, you can. And if you believe you cannot, you cannot. That's by Henry Ford. So believing in yourself, now that is a component that a lot of people have trouble with. Believing in themselves is a component of success, a success component that a lot of people have trouble with. That's a major obstacle, because they don't have that self-confidence, that self-belief. And that's going to trip them up. It's going to trip you up. So here's a way, again, that you can help that. Something that you can do is to use self-talk. Tell yourself regularly that you can do this. All of a sudden, you're going to believe that you can. So all of a sudden, you're going to have that belief in yourself by simply telling yourself that you can. Not exactly sure why that works, but I promise you it does work, and that actually there is a scientific reason for it called psychocybernetics, which actually backs that up. It's pretty much whatever you tell the brain, it's going to believe. When your mind realizes that your opportunity is a choice that will succeed. So in other words, when your YouTube channel, when you realize that has the potential of success, I think most of us realize that, or affiliate marketing. I think most of us realize that. In fact, it has a potential that is way beyond your imagination. Way beyond. So the other thing that I want to share with you is that you need to be passionate. And I'm sure you've heard this before. What that simply means is that you and I need to choose a niche that is one that we are passionate about, one that we love. If it's something that you are passionate about, if it's something that you love, then for one thing, work is no longer work. It's actually pleasure. That also makes that stick with it much, much easier. You want to build another website. You want to make another video. That the passion, that love is going to turn that venture into an adventure, because it's going to be fun. So I'm going to give you a bonus tip. I'm going to give you a third tip that's going to help you with your stick-with-itness commitment. And it's simply to be stubborn. And I am fortunately very stubborn. When I make my mind up to do something, then I'm pretty much going to do it. Regardless of what happens, I'm going to make it happen, because I'm stubborn as a mule. And that's what I want you to be, as stubborn as a mule. When I was like 16 years old getting my license, my driving instructor would say it many, many times a day: don't change a good mind. When you've decided on the right opportunity and decided that you can do it and decided that it is a good opportunity and so on, and all these things are in place, then don't change a good mind. Don't quit. Be stubborn. Say, doggone it, those reasons are still valid. So I've hit a bump in the road. So what? So as long as you don't quit, you got her made. If you haven't subscribed, for goodness sake, hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Smash that bell. And that way you're not going to miss out on these videos. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Allow me to wish you much success.